Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Saturday, November 21st. And as always, I'm aligning with the laws of love, the forces of love, in order to get messages to heal our souls. Okay, so 3 cards for the day. Give me a moment and then I'll get everything in frame. Straightened up. Okay, so the theme for the day is the Page of Cups, and we have the 3 of Cups reversed and the 8 of Wands reversed for more information. Okay, so with the Page of Cups, well, pages are always, younger or new energies. It can sometimes be a younger person in your life. It can be a new creative, development. It can be a sensitive person in your life. It can be an aspect of yourself that is very sensitive and open to something new and wondering about the right way to go, things like that. They can also be messengers. This could be a younger person that brings you a message that you need to know. But most of all, it's very creative, and you can see the heartfelt energy here. In the notice the little heart there. Isn't that cool? It's kind of like higher self to higher self. Like he's sitting there wondering, and these aren't gender specific cards at all, but like he's wondering, well, let's see, what how do I want to create this, or what new thing is trying to come through me? And you can see the beautiful the 2 circles coming together, maybe like even 2 spirals coming together. But it looks like his higher self is bringing a message to him from his guides. And here he is, the human, the interface between the human and the divine. And so he's literally like getting messages. Now the task, and I love the artwork here that Chris Ann did with the Light Seers Tarot, is she put his feet up in the air to remind us that we have to stay really grounded when we're trying to create something new, so that we're not just drifting off into realms of, fantasy, basically. Like, of course, we can't make pigs fly, but with, graphic arts, we certainly can, and we can do all kinds of things with movies and special effects. So that's to not discount. It's a reminder to not discount anything that comes through. And there's a lot, you can see a lot of energy coming through, all through the heart area. And that's the deeper message of this card, is to trust and allow your vulnerable, creative self to come through. Even your creative inner child. I mean, when we stuff down our inner children, we stuff down our creativity. We block ourselves from our creative, flow. So sometimes this card can come through about a teenage place that needs to be honored, that was very creative. And something happened, like maybe in relationship, and I say that because we have the 3 of Cups here reversed. Now, the 3 of Cups is it's a card of abundance. I mean, you can see the community. You can see the love for being in nature and celebration. They're down by the ocean and in a field of maybe lilacs. Looks like a lilac field. And they're really happy together. Now, when it's reverse, it brings in that element of, like, 3's a crowd, or some type of rivalry, some type of jealousy. And so I think that the deeper soul healing message here has to do with the possibility that something may have happened during, junior high school and high school, even the early years of college. But I'm guessing I'm hearing anywhere between 11 years old on up. There could have been something that happened around that time where where there was something painful that happened within a friendship with one or two other people, maybe even more, and it's a place that you need to open up to heal, to completely, process that through. Because the Three of Cups reversed, it can be sometimes feeling like you didn't have enough friends, and or maybe you just, I mean, I always feel like if I have, when I was growing up, like if I just had one really good friend, that was more than enough. And I did have lots of, like surface friendships, and then a couple of really deep friendships, and I always felt blessed by them. So I don't know if you guys are, along that same vein that I went through. But anyway, back to this card being reversed. This can be like feeling like you didn't have any friends, or you weren't able to celebrate something that you wanted to, and especially some new creative thing that came through. Maybe there wasn't anybody that encouraged you, or patted you on the back, or maybe they even said mean things because they were jealous. That can be the possibility there. And I say this because with the Eight of Wands, it can be a lot of energy that comes in, and can be a very vulnerable time. So maybe there's something from junior high school or high school that we're healing, or even like that last, sixth grade, that is coming up for healing. And it could be that you felt overwhelmed in your vulnerability, and especially because you didn't have the friendship to support you, to get you through it. This can also be like the card of partying, like overindulgence. So it could be like, maybe you had a party or something as a teenager, or even college, and now you're realizing that living that kind of lifestyle, if you did get, stuck in it for a while, kind of shut down your creativity, but it can open back up. It can definitely open back up. Let me think. Any other ideas with this Three of Cups reverse? Sometimes cheating, sometimes a third person in like a triangular relationship. And that happens, like I said, when we're younger. I don't know, I just keep getting the teenage energy off of this card for, this time, which I normally don't do. So I have to stick with this. So maybe, it was like a first love, and they weren't monogamous. Or maybe you weren't, and then you felt bad about it later. But either way, all of that can be cleared out now and forgiven. The Three of Cups reversed oftentimes requires that we get out of any type of like self-pity and beating ourselves up for if we did anything wrong in the past. Like what if we were party kids, I mean, my goodness, I grew up in the late 60s, or teenage years of the late 60s, so I mean, I know what it was like. Late 60s and early 70s is like, thank goodness I got married young and had kids and got out of that scene, because many of my friends that didn't, they had a harder time with it. So this can be something from the past. This could be one of those weird days where it's like past, present, future, even though I always see this as the theme. And the theme definitely is your creative, beautiful heart. Just to reiterate on the Page of Cups, it's a beautiful card for good news and happy times and even new love. It can often be an invitation, absolute, the invitation that makes your heart sing. And maybe it is from someone in the past where there's some reconciliation that can happen. Maybe someone's getting a hold of you and saying, I realize I really screwed up and I'm really sorry. Or maybe it's someone from the past that it's time to just let go of and not, not get involved with anymore. It's, it could be different for so many of us. But with the Eight of Wands, that brings in that element of something happening really quick. It can be travel. Sometimes it's travel, usually by air, because it goes so fast. But it's, at the very least, some type of progress that happens. Some type of forward movement. But again, something quickly. If it's news from somebody from the past and it's about traveling together, there are those considerations I spoke of before. It just feels like, honestly, what I'm feeling, what I'm sensing is, this was the past. Friendship wasn't perfect. We were all young ones. We all made mistakes. But now a whole new level of creativity can come through, and it can come through really quickly. A lot can come through when you open your heart and you forgive and you stay really grounded. Crying if you need to, which is not necessarily this is not a crying card at all, but this can be. But and if some heartfelt emotion comes through that is painful, you just, cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. It's actually, I recommend it. As often as it comes, it's like, bless those feelings and be so grateful that you're not numb. And every time you're crying, even if you're watching a sad movie and you can so relate, or somebody that you're watching on any type of media has some heartfelt emotions, and you feel those same emotions with them, that is good. That is really healthy. To be able to empathize with someone else is to feel compassion for being in their shoes. It's a really good thing, because an open heart is one of the most beautiful things in the world. It's what we all strive for. Yeah, so I think that's it for that. I want to use this other deck just in case, because there are so many different ways these cards together could go, for so many different individual ways that it could play out. So what is it? What else? Okay, opening up to infinite possibility. That's a gorgeous card. Yeah. So all the infinite ways that we can have new friendships. Let's bring this card and put it right side up, and let's focus on abundance. The abundance of brotherhood, sisterhood, that we're all connected in the heart. We're all made of stardust. We are all one deep down inside. And although on top of that, we're also very unique individuals. But in the core of who we are, in essence, we're all made of absolute divine love. So in that unitive state of, again, your unified consciousness, knowing that we're all one, we can turn around any cards that, come through reversed and look at the more positive meaning, which is, of course, like I said, abundance, coming together with people. This can even be like a marriage card. It can be a proposal, and this card can be as well. And it could be like, wow, you didn't see that coming? That's very possible. So open up to infinite possibilities as to all the ways you would like to experience relationship. It's a really beautiful card. I love the Three of Cups. It's all about reunions and, like I said before, celebrations, and it's just a very, very happy card. Yeah. So open up to what you want in relationship. Work with creating that within your own heart, and then see if it comes through really fast, because it certainly could. It could be that you meet somebody traveling as well. Although, of course, we all have to practice so much safety nowadays, it would be like mask to mask, and then you connect online, I suppose, afterwards. But yeah, all the elements are there. Once we heal the painful past of the betrayals or the overindulgence or the partying that didn't go well, whatever it was in the past, whatever we heal from the past brings us, opens us up and brings in a whole new future. So I think that's it then. I feel complete. It feels better now that we have this card. Okay, so thanks you guys, and take good care. I'll be back for Sundays.